time, Super Scholars. It is our last time of the week to say all our phonics friends nice and loud, so let's make sure it's the best one yet. Here we go. Can you say that with me? We don't want to hear the G. A. U. Ooh. E. Ch. A. Sh. U. O. Ooh. E. I. Ch. O. A. O. U. A. I. Last one. E. Fantastic job. Let's go check out spelling for today. Hello, second grade, and welcome to Thursday. Today we have a spelling lesson today. We are going to be working with our phonics friend from yesterday, but practicing how we can spell words with this pattern. But before we get to our spelling section, of course I want to make sure our decoding detective brains are warmed up. So I have 5 words ready for us. They are going to have both our NG sound and our LE sound. So let's start decoding. Here we go. Okay, first up, we have ANG. What does ANG say? Ang, ang. So let's read the word. Bang, bang, like a big loud bang sound. And what about this word? We have LE at the end. Remember, when we see double letters, they're just going to say one sound. So can you decode this word? Middle. Middle, middle. Like between two things, you're in the middle. And what about this one? We have ING. What does this ending say? Ing, ing. So read the whole word. String, string, like a little piece of string. And what about this word? We have LE at the end, but look at what's the beginning. We know this. It's a vowel team. And what does this vowel team say? E. So this word is eagle. Eagle, like the Dolores Mission Eagles. And this word, ONG. What does ONG say together? Ong, ong. So this word is along. brain. So let's take a look at our spelling learning target for this Thursday. It says, I can spell words with L-E correctly by using the short vowel, one sound rule. So today we are practicing spelling words with the L-E ending. And these words are kind of tricky, so we are learning about a rule that's going to clue us in for how to spell words that have the L-E at the end. It's going to heavily rely on our listening and for us able to hear the different sounds in the word. We're going to know that if we hear a short vowel and one sound, it is going to clue us in on how to spell these words correctly. But before we get there, let's remind ourselves of our new friend, L-E, that we learned yesterday. We learned that L-E only says one sound. And what sound is that? O, O. It only says the L sound. The L is the only one that gets to make noise. So this just says O. Like in the word apple. All we hear at the end is the L sound. Apple. Okay, super scholars, let's move our bodies and do our mirror words just 2 times all together. For L-E. Are you ready? Here we go. Mirror words. L-E says O like an apple. L-E says O like an apple. Mirrors down. Good job moving your bodies. So we learned about L-E yesterday, and we also learned about why this E is here. Why do we even have this E? If it doesn't make any sound, and all we're hearing is the L, why is this even a thing? What do you remember about why L-E is important? There's a certain rule in our English language that it has to follow. Do you remember? That every syllable in every word in English has to have a vowel. Our super, super important vowels. So every single syllable, the parts of a word, has to have a vowel. And a lot of times, if this E wasn't with an L, a syllable in a word wouldn't have a vowel, so it would be incorrect in English. See, in this first syllable, what's the vowel? It's an I. And then if we went to our second syllable, but there was no E, would there be a vowel here? No, so we need this silent E to make sure that this second syllable has its all-important vowel. And we also learned yesterday about a trick to reading words with L-E, talking about syllables. So can we take a look right here at this first syllable? Take a look at the vowel. Is this vowel open or closed? Just in this syllable, T-I on its own. Is the I open or closed here? It's actually open because there's no consonant blocking in the I in its own syllable. So if this I is in fact open, it's going to say its long sound, which is I, its name. So now we know this I will say I. Can you decode the word? What is this word? Title. Title. Like the name of a book or a movie, the title. Okay, let's talk about that rule that we learned in our learning target. We know that if we're trying to spell an L-E word, and we hear a short vowel in the word, then just one sound, one consonant sound, that is a clue to us that we could spell this word a certain way. So for example, take the word riddle. Like a joke can be a riddle. Can you break it up with me? R-I-D-O. Everyone? R-I-D-O. Riddle. When we break up the word and listen to the word riddle, we can hear the short vowel sound. R-I-I-I. And the one consonant sound that follows it. I-D. And then the O ending, the L-E ending. If there's a short vowel and just one consonant sound before the L-E in a word like rid-o, then what we're going to do is double that consonant sound we hear. That one sound we hear is actually going to get doubled, and we're going to write it twice when we're trying to spell the word. So in the word riddle, we heard the D sound in between the short vowel and the L-E. But since we know this rule, we know that the D would actually be doubled and we would write it twice. All because of this rule that we know. This is actually because if we split this word into its syllables, we need this D here to close in the door on the I, to make sure the I says it's it's short sound. So that is why we need this extra D here to make sure we can close in that vowel. So let's think about another word. So what about the word juggle? Juggle. Can you break it up with me? J-U-G-G-O. Everyone? J-U-G-G-O. Juggle. In the word juggle, we can hear the vowel sound, like umbrella. And then there's one short vowel sound, g, g, before we get to the L-E, J-U-G-G-O. Because we hear just that one short sound in between the vowel and the L-E, we are going to know to double that sound. So the g, g sound in the middle is going to be doubled in the word jug-o. And we also know if we see two letters in an L-E word, they're just going to say one sound. And remember, that's because if we're looking at this word in syllables, the G needs to close in that U so it can snuggle up and say its short sound. So this is the clue that we are going to practice today about how to spell words with L-E. But guess what? That's not all. There is also a second part to this rule. If we're trying to spell a word and we hear a short vowel and one sound, but this one consonant sound happens to be the k, k sound. K, k is a consonant sound. If we hear that between a short vowel and an L-E, we are going to spell that k sound with C-K. We're not going to write two C's or two K's. We're going to write C-K. The k sound in between a short vowel and L-E will be spelled with C-K. Like in the word tickle. We have the short sound, I. The k, k sound is only one sound before we get to the O, the L-E. Because this one sound is the k sound, we will spell it C-K in the middle, I and O. So the word tick-o is spelled with C-K. Also in the word tackle, T-A, short sound, K, one sound, and then O. The K sound in between the short vowel and the L-E is spelled with C-K. We use both the C and the K to spell that K, K know that was a lot of information, but we are going to practice it right now in our Super Kids workbook. But before we get there, I want you to stand up for our this or that so we can move our bodies before we start writing. So can you stand up? And my question for you is, would you rather go sail on a boat? Would you rather go on a sailboat? If so, you're going to run in place. Or would you rather go on a hang glider? These kind of like mini planes that a human glides through the sky. If so, you're going to swim in place. So your choices are sail in a boat or hang glide through the air. What would you choose? I would prefer to sail on a boat, so I'm going to run in place for 5 seconds. Everybody ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is it. Just 5 seconds to get our body moving. And we can come sit back down as we're getting out our Super Kids workbook. So you're coming back to your seat and finding your Super Kids workbook and page 20. You're finding page 20 in your Super Kids workbook. It has all these pictures and words that have L-E on them. So on this page, we're going to have to practice spelling words with L-E correctly by really listening if there's only one sound between the vowel and the L-E, and then applying our knowledge of how we spell those sounds. So let's try it out. So let's all go up here to this top picture. What is this a picture of? A paddle. A paddle. So before we spell it, let's say it really slowly and listen. Is there only one sound between the vowel and the L-E? Let's see. P, A, D, O. Can you say it with me? P, A, D, O. We have the vowel is A and the L-E-O. Was there one sound in between the vowel and the L-E? A, D, O. Did you hear just one sound? Yes, I heard just one D sound in between the A and the L. So if we just hear that one sound, we are going to double the consonant when we spell. So that means we're going to have to write 2 Ds for just that D sound. So can we all, let's correctly spell the word paddle. A, D, 2 Ds, O, L-E, paddle. Good job. Okay, let's look at number 2. This is a vegetable. What is this? You can eat it. What is a picture of? A pickle. A pickle. So let's listen in the word pickle to see how many sounds we hear between the vowel and the L-E. Here we go. P, I, K, O. Can you say it with me? P, I, K, O. How many sounds did you hear in between the vowel and the L-E? P, I, K, O. What did you hear? I heard just one sound, the k sound. So if we heard just one sound in between, we know we're going to spell it a certain way. And this was the k sound. How do we spell the k sound when it's just one? Do you remember? We spell it with C-K. Remember we spell it with C-K in the middle for that k sound? Okay, everybody, I want you to write out the entire word for pickle. P, I, K, O. Pickle. So you can practice writing the CK for K and the LE for O. Okay, let's look at number 3. What is this a picture of? Something you use to open things. It's a D-O. I heard two sounds. I heard two sounds. So do we need to worry about how we spell those? No, because that's not part of our rule. So we can go ahead and spell this word out. Let's all spell handle together. Here we go. A-N-D-O. Handle. We have the N-D, N-D in the middle. Two letters for two sounds. Okay, last one we're going to spell all together. This girl, she is falling. She's taking a what? A tumble. She's taking a tumble. She's falling. Let's say this word really slowly and listen for the sounds in between the vowel and L-E. Here we go. T-A-M-B-O. One more time. T-A-M-B-O. How many sounds did you hear in between the vowel and the L-E? T-A-M-B-O. What did you hear? I heard two sounds in between the and the O. I heard two sounds. So does our rule apply about the one sound doubling? No, it doesn't, because we have two sounds. So we need to spell each of those letters. So let's all now go ahead together. Let's spell tumble. Here we go. T-A-M-B-O. So when we say the O sound, we're writing L-E at the end. Okay, Super Scholars, this is where we are going to pause and doing this all together. What your job now is going to be to finish the rest of page 20. You are going to finish page 20 all on your own from 5 to 16. You are going to spell all these L-E words with that rule in mind to clue you in how to spell the words. Remember, if you hear one sound in between the vowel and the L-E, like in paddle, you need to double that consonant and write it twice. If you hear the k sound in between the vowel and the L-E, you'll spell that k sound with C-K, that one k sound. So use these examples to guide you through how to correctly spell the rest of these L-E words. You're going to take your time nice and slowly. Make sure you're breaking up each word and really listening for what sounds are in between. Once you've done that, and then you've checked all your work, then and only then are you going to take a picture for me so I can see. Please take a nice clear picture of the entire page so I can see you following along and working on your own. So I'm super excited that we have learned both about reading and spelling this L-E phonics pattern. So let's go use even more of our detective knowledge and grow that spelling brain.